Hello and welcome to LeadMaster Training for HST. This is Trainer Nick checking in with you guys. I am here with the wonderful Mr. Bill Pauley. Today we get the pleasure of walking you guys through LeadMaster and how it works. So we're very excited about that, right, Pauley?
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time to walk through this together. We're going to go through several different things for you to help you get everything set up and to help you navigate through LeadMaster as it is. Just know that you can feel free to click through everything that's on LeadMaster. It's a system that's built for you, and you're not going to hurt anything. You're not going to break anything. So feel free when you get your login and password to click around and investigate the different areas that are there and learn all about the system that's there to help you grow your business.
Amen. Couldn't have said it any better than that, guys. Don't be afraid of this system. If you want to know what's behind door number click, just click it and figure it out. Thank you, Polly. With that, we'll jump right in here, guys. So let's go ahead and log into LeadMaster.
All right, guys, we're logged in here now. This is the first page that you'll see when you log in. I call it a splash page, and it's a great page of information for you to get started and do your business. Right here at the very top are going to be your appointments and stuff that you've set for the day. So I call it your call list, and you're going to work that call list every day, and you're going to add to it every day. And this is going to be your jump off point and your point of emphasis to work off of every day right here in the center of your first page that you log into. They're doing some upgrades on LeadMaster, so the NAP summary over here isn't updated yet, but eventually, hopefully very soon, you'll start seeing the production of what you've done this year so far up to the date. And it'll continue to grow as you put more apps in. The one area I want you to look at is below that over to the right where it says life events and policy expirations. This is going to be a point where it keeps you organized and keeps your business flowing forward, meaning that, as you can see, I have a client here that is due a short term that's expiring on 4/1. So I need to do rewrites of my short-term policies that are coming up to be rewritten, and it keeps your business flowing. You see underneath it, you have people that are turning 26 or people that are turning 65. That's important because the people that are turning 26 may be on their parent plan and they have to get off their parent's plan and get their own plan. It's just a law and they have to. People turning 65, you contact and help them transition from under 65 coverage to Medicare. So it keeps your business growing and flowing as you are adding to your profile and to your client base. Down below that is like clients that have birthdays and stuff, all listed down through there. Just a lot of good information on this first page that you're going to be focused in on as far as doing your work and calling back your appointments that you've set throughout your workday.
Yeah, and that NAP summary in the right corner, guys. Essentially, all that ratio is just making sure that the business that you're writing is staying on the books, right? And that's just trying to show that, we take great pride here in HST at doing the right thing for our customers and making sure that they're in the right product for them and their family. And so since we take such great pride in that, we want everybody to see how much of their business is sticking, because it should be the majority of the business sticking if we're doing everything the right way for our clients.
Yeah, we have actually the highest retention rate in the nation as far as our client base, and we want to keep it. And that's why we keep information like this in front of you, because we want you to be aware of where you are so that your ratio stays up with our standards as well.
Amen.
Very good. So over here on the left, you'll see some colors of green and orange and blue. These are your points of interest where you're going to go to help you either find information or do your work. It's broken off and categorized The top part here is all about doing your work with lead acquisition and stuff. The orange here is all about the different contests and leaderboards and all that kind of stuff as far as where your standings are. The bottom part is all about the inner workings of HST, right? And that's where we're going to start first, is down here where it says user settings, because we want to make sure that you get your LeadMaster set up the correct way. So go to user settings on the left, my agent profile, and that's going to bring up a bunch of information that you're going to need to make sure you put into LeadMaster so that it has the correct stuff in there for you. All that information that's there about your agent profile. Then over here it says state licenses. You will put in all your states that you're licensed in, when the effective date, when the expiration date is, the license number for that state, and that way it will notify you when it's time to renew one of those state licenses, so that you don't let one lapse. Okay. Um, Carrier appointments, as you start getting in some of these carrier appointments, HST will put in those carriers for you with the agent number there. Make sure you check that, because sometimes they get put in, my fat fingers always type in a wrong number sometimes. So check them, make sure they're right, but they're always there to resource for you when you need to look up a carrier writing number for yourself or agent number. Every once in a while, you have to find those information, and it's all put in the system here for you. Languages. If you speak a different language, make sure that you put it in here, because they're always looking for different dialects. Sometimes people have call in and need a certain dialect to be able to do business with. They don't have Tennessee listed here, so I speak Tennessee.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They only have
Pauley speaks deep down south, right?
every once in a while it comes out really thick, but for the majority of the part, just English. No other language for me other than Tennessee. All right, preferences are what you want to show up on LeadMaster as far as different bubbles that will pop up when, like, a brand new lead that comes in is called a real-time lead bubble. If it's a brand new lead, you'll see a bubble pop up on LeadMaster, and you can pull that lead right there, and you're the first one to click it. It's your lead. Quote line calls are the same way. If you put your information in there, you will get inbound phone calls direct to whatever phone number you put there. Bubble notifications down here are more of when someone makes a sale. It will pop up on your screen, so-and-so made a sale, the AV is this. So just different things and different ways that you can set up to see what's happening at HST and get leads in a different way.
And this is just a friendly piece of advice for you guys. Where you see the real-time lead bubbles and then the bubble notifications. Now, Paulie's got them both turned off. If you're going to turn on real-time lead bubbles, it might be to your benefit to turn off the bubble notifications, because what's going to happen every time somebody makes a sale in this system, you're going to get a bubble pop up in the top right corner. You're going to train your eyes to stop looking up there, and then when actual leads come in, remember Paulie said the first one to click it gets it. Well, you're going to just stop looking up there, because most of the day you're just seeing bubble notifications popping up for sales being made. So those two, I personally wouldn't put them both on together, but that's just my thing. The other thing with real-time lead bubbles and the quote line calls, guys, don't turn those on until you've made a couple sales and you have some money available in your lead balance. We don't want you guys ever wasting your own hard-earned money on these leads, right? We are going to give you free money for making sales and putting apps through. Use that money, guys. So as you're getting started, I would suggest starting with those off until you get comfortable and know what you're doing.
Very good. Good info. The last couple of things is like your website. You do have a website through HST. It's kind of a splash page website that is generic for everybody. but you can change some of your information on it. It generally is your HST email. So for instance, my HST email is wpauley@myhst.com. Instead of the at symbol, you put a dot. So it would be wpauley dot myhst.com. So I'll put that in dot myhst.com, and it'll be the same thing for you. Whatever your email is, you just change the at symbol for the dot, and that's your website for HST. It's one just to get you started, to have something to reference to when people are asking, for verification of who you are and stuff like that. You can send them here and show them, yeah, we are a reputable type of company, and you have that to reference there.
Yeah,
Make sense?
Paulie hit the nail on the head there with the website, guys. Sometimes I get people so excited that they've got this professional website made by HST and they start doing marketing to it and all this stuff. Guys, it's really just a splash page there for if you have that customer that you're just having trouble building rapport with and they want to know who you are. It's just to show that you are a real broker. Don't drive traffic to it, guys. The site doesn't give you much customability. There's not too much that the site can do. So I'd just be cautious with, how often you're using it or trying to push people to that site. It's not really made for that. It's more just a splash page to show people you're real.
Excellent. So the first place you're going to go is right here to user settings, my agent profile. Right underneath that is called get started. That's the second place that you'll need to go because it has like a check a box here of things that you need to get done in order to set up your LeadMaster. First off is upload a profile picture. That's important to do because we want to see your face. We want to know who you are. We want to get to know you. That way, when we're at events that we have, I can walk right up to you and say, "Hey, I know that face. How are you doing?" And we know each other already. So put a current picture of who you are there, not one from 20 years ago, not your children and not your pets. We love your children. We love your pets. They're beautiful, right? But we need a picture of you so that we get to know who you are. That helps
We
us out quite a bit.
We do these events all the time, guys. A couple events a year where we get together, and this really, I truly mean this. We are a family here, and so being able to see your picture on this leaderboard when you get to come to your first event, me and Paulie are going to know right who you are, and we're going to be able to walk up to you guys, really introduce you, make you feel welcome in the family. And if as cute as your little French bulldog puppy is, I don't think he's going to be at the event, right? So we want to make
Mine's
sure that we
cuter though.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. And people have also put like other pictures on there and just to try to have a sense of humor and stuff. And that's cute and all, but we want to know who you are. This is a professional website, a professional platform that we have here. Keep it so that we can know who you are. I think that's important. That's my little soapbox. Other people have other opinions about it, but that's my little soapbox there. Over to the right of that is create your email signature. It'll walk you through creating that so that when you send out emails through the system here, it'll have your signature already built into it. Set up your caller ID, what number you want people to see when you're texting and using the dialer here. Well, there's not a web dialer anymore. They need to change that. Anyway, to the right there, after you do your profile picture, you'll see that you can create your email signature. Anytime that you send out emails with the system here, it'll have your signature with that. Also, you use the caller ID for your text messages, what numbers you want to see the people to see coming through the systems. You create your email and text templates are built into there because the system is built to where you can automatically just click a box and send out an email, send out a text that you've pre-populated in the system. We're going to look at those in just a minute. Down below there, it also allows you to have custom voice messages files that are there so that you can just click them and leave voice messages that you've pre-populated in the system. As you can see, I don't use that because I want to be more genuine if I am leaving a voicemail. And what I mean by that, I want to be able to say the person's name. Just simply saying someone's name helps me be more engaged with them, helps me have more communication with them one-on-one. Whereas if it's just a generic voicemail that doesn't really connect me to them and I'm not able to say their name or anything uh, personally, of what we've talked about before or anything, I just don't use it. I don't like it. If you do, it's there. You can use it. You can build it however you want. It's customizable to you.
Yeah,
Anything you want?
the other thing with the email templates, guys, there's defaults in there just to give you an idea of what to do, but it's so important, just like Pauley does with them. Make it your words, guys. Your customers really can feel, just reading the first sentence or two, they can feel, is this genuinely coming from Bill Pauley or Trainer Nick, or is this just a templated email that, hundreds of people have?
Right. I like scripts. I like to use them to create my own. That's what you need to do is, click here and let's look at one. These are ones that I've put in here, but they were built off of the ones that were already there, and I just added to them and created my own. So you can do that, however, just click there and you can edit it however you want to edit it. Be very precise on your emails. If it's more than 2 or 3 lines, people are not going to read it all. We're all guilty at getting emails and only reading the first bit of it and thinking we know everything that's in there. So you have to be very, very precise on it and tell them who you are, what you do, what you're there for. And I even go as far as saying, in fact, if you don't need assistance, a reply is requested just the same because I don't want to waste your time or I don't want to waste mine. And I go for that no right from the beginning.
It's so important that Paulie does that, guys. It really, sometimes people are a little timid. Like, well, should I send this person 2 or 3 emails in a day, call them 2 or 3 times in a first day when I got a lead? And the response is always, heck yeah, why wouldn't you? Paulie is literally telling the customer, look, hey, if you don't need my help, just let me know. I'll stop calling you. I'll stop emailing you. But if you don't reply to me, I'm assuming you're still out there looking and need my help. And that really helps when you get that customer that's really angry. Why the heck are you blowing me up? Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I saw you needed my help, and I just needed to know if you still need it or not. And so it kind of gives them that out. It's wonderful.
It does. All right, so right under the user settings there where we got started with the agent profile and get started, it also has different ways that you can change passwords and create your picture and stuff, all those different things that are built into the drop down there as well. Underneath it is the email and text management as well. You can kind of control those there as well. You need to spend a good amount of time, setting up that for yourself so that when we show you in a minute how to disposition something, you will be able to just click your box and send emails and text along the way. So down here, the bottom part is all about setting up your system. Right above it is the inner workings of the system of LeadMaster. As far as you're going to have questions, there's an agent support center that's here. Who do you go to first, though? Your leader. Your leader may say, well, create a support ticket. Most of the time, it has something to do with commissions because your leader doesn't really have control over how the commissions are paid out and stuff. So we will tell you to go to create a support ticket. You go there and you just create a new ticket. Be as detailed as possible on the department and the information that goes in it. The other thing that you might want to look at is the marketing part. So if you ever do any kind of flyers or promotions and have the HST logo with it, you do need to get the marketing approval for that. They just want to make sure that you're not promising something that's not real. So generally it's commissions or it's marketing. Let's just hit one of those. You create the subtopic of what it is. be very detailed on what it is there, product type, policy number, customer name, all the information as detailed as you can. The more detail you have in it, the faster they can respond to you. Because if you don't have the details in there, they have to do all kinds of research to try to find out what you're talking about. So use that. And then you'll notice here at the bottom, you have to click a box that says, I affirm I have first contacted my leader for assistance and was directed by my leader to support a ticket. They want you to go to your leader first, which is what you should do, because most of the time we can either guide you to where the answer is or just tell you what the answer is, right? And help you out that way. So make sure you follow the rules, talk to your leader first, and then fill out the information just as detailed as possible.
HST tries to run a very small back office team, guys, so that we're able to do more for you guys as the agent and broker. And so if we're submitting tickets that your leader, Pauley, is able to help you with, it's just going to take longer for the actual issues to get resolved. And so that's what that's all there for. We want to keep that smaller back office staff so we can continue to reward you guys for your hard work.
That's awesome. The step up from there is called the state carrier map. Sometimes you may want to know what state has what products available. And you can see the state carrier map pulled up here. You'll click one of the states. It will come up with different columns of what is available in those states. You can click through and see what accident plans, what critical illness plans, what short terms. I clicked Tennessee, so you can see what's available in those states for, the different products, which is very important. Also, you can see each one of these are hyperlinked. And it's done that because we want to have other information there for you available as well. So, for instance, I was working with short term in Tennessee and looking at NatGen, and I need some information because the client has a claims issue, but who do I call? I can go right here, click NatGen, and all those phone numbers of what I might need to be able to help my client are built into the system right here for you. All the different carrier links and brochures are built into the system right here for you. So make sure you're utilizing the system and using it to its full extent, because a lot of the information is right there for you. And that's why we tell you right at the beginning is to feel free to go through, click around, find all these different things that are built in here for you, because it is an amazing system built with all kinds of information there for you.
And I can't stress enough, guys. I think everybody can agree that when you become a broker, the hardest thing about the job is staying organized in your business, right? There's so many carriers you need to know, phone numbers, writing numbers, all these different things. And so this system goes so far into helping you with that. And then that database there for the state carrier map is just so valuable to have all of that information at your fingertips.
Right above it is called reports, and there's a different way that you can kind of keep track of what dials you've made, what products you've sold. All that information is built into the reports here. Down below, what I want to point out to you is called leads available by state. Sometimes you may want to just click that and see what leads are available in each state at that particular time. So here's what the leads available by state. You can see all the states are listed, and then you can see different numbers of different types of lead at the top. Arizona right now has 1 real-time lead. Florida has 10, and you can go down and see what is available at this particular time. It's always changing because people are working the system and pulling leads right now, but HST is also putting leads into the system. So you'll see at this moment in time what leads are available in each state as you go down. You can also see over here in these two columns called SB and B, those are all the free leads that are there for you. So you can see what states have more free leads when you're first starting off. If you're wanting to buy non-resident states, you'll be guided towards some of these states that have more of the free leads in it. You don't necessarily want Colorado, that there's really nothing there, right? That's why you don't want to buy Colorado, because, 'cause there's really no leads there for you.
it's so important, guys, to really look at this list too. Again, it's reports, leads available by state. Your leaders will also often look at this list with you when you guys are talking about what new non-resident licenses do I want to get. This is a great resource just to come out and say, well, shoot, Florida and Georgia look like they both have over 25, 35,000 leads available. Those might be good states to add or get started. And you see Arizona with 18,000. So your leader will strategically put you in places that, one, allow you to play the time zone game, but two, we want to make sure that there's product available for you to sell, right? We don't want you to go ahead and get your California license and there's just not much you can do there, right? As far as short term is concerned. So that work with your leaders, but use this as a great resource as you're trying to expand your business.
Good points. Good points indeed. One of the main places that has the most information built into it is called the HST Library. If you want to find any information that you want to find is built right here into the HST Library. So all you have to do is click the search part and you can find information as far as logo, what the HST logo is, or what the compensation as far as, commissions or anything like that. Nothing's hidden from you. So you can type that in the search bar and it'll bring it up that way. You can also have little icons here that you can look through. The videos up there. There's all kinds of trainings that are built into the system here as far as different carrier trainings and such. One of the good ones I like is called the Agent Intel. These are like 10, 15-minute little snippets from different agents from the company that just kind of tell their system of how they do things. So you can look through all those. I encourage you to watch those during your breaks as far as lunch or dinner time, not during work time. You need to really keep your work and not be watching videos all day. So that's just another little pet peeve of mine. Watch the videos, use them, learn from them, grow from them, but do them during times where you're not working.
Yeah, be the professional of your own business, guys, right? Paulie nailed it on the head there. If you're supposed to be making, like, if you're running your business and you're telling yourself, I'm supposed to be calling leads right now, use that time to call leads. Don't go in there and say, well, it's Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. So what I'm going to do instead of calling leads today is I'm going to go ahead and watch some videos to learn something. We definitely want you to learn, and that's what that agent intelligence is there for. There's so many great leaders that poured into us there, but really use your free time and be the professional to where you're selling when you should be selling, right?
Absolutely. Right here is all the documents of brochures and all that kind of stuff that are built into the system here for you. And something new is right here called the agent directory. You can look up different agents here now and find who they are. So if I'm looking up, let's just say Dixon. Brian
Mr.
Dixon, who else
Brian
is
Dixon.
Dixon? Kareem, Thomas, Tia. So I have those different kinds of Dixons that are there, and it gives me their information so I can contact them and if I need to. Um, so look up who else? Who do we want to look up? Let's look up
Crivolo. There you go.
Crivolo. No, I don't want to look up Crivolo.
So one of my favorite things with this directory, guys, there's so often when I'm doing trainings and somebody's like, Nick, I loved Bill Pauley. How do I get in contact with him? And so you can just look up Pauley or you can look up Joe Crivolo. Guys, we mean it when we say that we're a family here and we're all in the business of helping each other. So, yeah, I mean, use and abuse this. You'll see so many times people that aren't even on the same teams are meeting up together and really helping each other succeed here in this business.
Or it may even help you if you're in a state that doesn't have like a brick and mortar office. Who else is in the Nashville area, right? Who else is in my area that I can kind of connect with and maybe we can get together or something like that. So you can use it in that aspect as well as building, uh, some referral base or not really referral base, but what's the word I'm thinking of, Nick?
You tell me. Your head is a scary place, Paulie. No.
networking. As you can see, in states as well as cities, and find out who's in your area that works with HST as well, and that way you can network with each other and really have that base of support that's right around you. If you don't have like a big team in a certain area, which is it can be just really a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's so valuable, guys, too. I hear so many testimonials from agents here, how much more successful they all are from hearing somebody else, right? And so if you're able to partner with somebody in your area, even if there's not a brick and mortar office, and you guys can hear each other making calls and going through that, it's really empowering when if I've been struggling this whole week, but I'm working with Pauley, and all of a sudden I heard Pauley on a call get past the part that I've been struggling with on my calls. Oh my gosh, how that impacts you. And now you're able to use a little bit of what you just heard from Pauley. So that's so valuable.
So a lot of good information there. Where I want to point you to on the right side here on the HST library is the top 10 most recent files. So you'll need to come to this section at least every other day and see what are the new files that HST has put in the system for you, so that you can be updated on new changes for different carriers or different brochures that are there. So you can see that's put there. Also below that is the top 10 most recent webinars. So you will see webinars that are put in here from different carriers and different trainings and such. One of the main things that you need to be aware of is the Monday morning meetings. Generally, every Monday morning at 9:30 Central, HST hosts a Monday morning meeting, and they go through the updates of different carriers and information that people need as far as HST and stuff. Those meetings are recorded. So if you're not able to watch it live when the meeting is going on, you can come back later and watch it here. Again, watch it on a lunch break or something like that, not during your work time. All that information is right there for you.
Yeah, and as the training team, even Paulie are doing more videos for you guys, they're just going to pop in there in the recent webinars. So you may even see this LeadMaster training is number one in there, in the upcoming days, weeks, months. So
Very good. So you can see down here below the orange is all the areas you need for setting up your LeadMaster, for making sure that you have your emails and text all current and up to date. Information as far as the state carrier map, as far as what is in each state for each product. You can see the reports, so you can keep track of what you're doing and also what leads are available for each state. And then the HST library. So inner workings all below. Right here is the orange, which is like your current standings of what your overall net annual premium is, your leaderboards, your contests and trips, standings, all that kind of stuff. We're not going to go into detail much about that because you can do that yourself and look through all that. The one thing I want to point you out in the leaderboards is there are two different ones that you'll really be drawn to is the rookie leaderboard. Your first riding year here with HST, you are a rookie. So you can keep track of where you stand with all the other rookies that are here for the first year. But the main board is called our agent leaderboard. Our brag board is what we call it as well. You bring that up and you can see what people have done this week. So our work week goes from Saturday through Friday. So these are numbers that are put in just for this week so far since Saturday. And you can go down in this first column all the way down the top 250 people that have put business in so far this week. You can see who's done what. You probably won't have things light up in yellow. The people that are lit up in yellow are tied to my team. So it helps me track them better as far as who's doing what on the team. But as you grow in the company, you'll see that there's different levels here that you can achieve as well, and be on different levels as well later on. But the main column here is the brag board of the top agents for the week. who's done what. As you can see, Tino Sarli here has 3 applications for a total volume this week of 76,000. So we know that he did some type of group plan there, which gave him a high volume with very low app count. Stephen Cooper below him has 14 apps. Chris Farmer below him has 28. As you can just kind of see who has done what for the week. Now, what matters about app count is for every application you put in, you are going to get lead credit put into your lead balance up here at top. That lead balance helps you grow your business even further. I call that monopoly money. I call it funny money. It's HST money. It's not anything that's taken out of your pocket. It's over and above any commissions that you would earn during those sales. So we're going to talk about leads now and how you would use that lead balance, because up here at the top is all about doing your work. And you'll work off of that lead balance that you start acquiring by buying a network lead or creating a network lead and putting them into your system so that you can put your sales in and get lead credit. So
Let me just walk through that list real fast, Pauley. So guys, everything that you're going to do in this system as far as you're working is going to really be under the buy a network lead, and we're going to spend some time in there for you. I'll just walk through those other options real fast so you know what they are. Create a new lead where Pauley's got his thing over. That is, let's say my mother called me up and needed health insurance. I would create her as a new lead, right? So that's where you would go for that if you ended up marketing on your own and bringing in your own people. Let's say you were a realtor or something and you have your own contact list from a previous company. You can actually just import that file into the system as well with the next one down. And then the very last one there, you guys probably won't utilize as you're a rookie, but as you get going and you get better here, that My Agent API instructions is when you start purchasing your own leads outside of HST, and you can actually give that lead vendor the API instructions and they can port the lead directly into LeadMaster for you. So those are what those other options are, but mainly everything that you'll be utilizing and doing will be under the buy a network lead.
let's go there.
Amen. And the biggest thing I want to show you guys before I let Pauley take over all the network lead is at the very top you see some tabs here. Network leads, private leads, Medicare leads. Guys, this is one of my favorite things about HST. When you put your mother in the system as create a new lead, she's going to go under private leads, guys. I am not going to be calling your mother a year from now after you've entered her in the system. She will stay private to you. Same as if you import a file. HST is very good about separating that out. So you keep your private leads, but then the network leads that you're purchasing with HST, those stay within house at HST, and there's some rules around those that Pauley will jump in with you.
Very good. First thing you need to be aware of is the dialer select right here at the top, because you need to make sure that all your states are showing up right there. Okay. If you click that to update and don't see all the states that you have, send an email to your leader and let them know what states you have and have them update your state availability for your leads on LeadMaster. Okay. Your leader can do that for you. We've got all of them clicked right now, so let's just submit that. There are some guidelines as far as how to call and when to call and everything here as far as the leads that HST has purchased. If you use the system the right way, you won't have to worry about leads being pulled from you, right? Don't be a lazy agent. Follow up with your leads. Make sure that you're following up within a good amount of time. The more that you're engaged with your leads, the better off you're going to be and the more likelihood you have of contacting that person. It generally takes 6-7 times before actually talking to the person. So you've got to be diligent about reaching out to them and be diligent about what time that you do call them back. For instance, if you leave a voice message for someone and you tell them that, hey, I'm sorry I missed you today. I'm going to try you again later this afternoon between 3 and 5. You better be sure that you're calling somewhere between 3 and 5 again because you're building trust with that client, whether they realize it or not. Um, they've had people call them and say, "Hey, I'm going to reach out to you later," and then they don't hear from them for 3 or 4 days. And that's not somebody I want to do business with. I want to make sure that the person that I'm dealing with is following up when they say they follow up. And here below, you'll see that there are buckets of different types of leads. At this moment in time, there's only a couple of them that are there, but again, HST is always putting in new leads and such there for you. You'll see exclusive leads there for $18, verified telemarketed leads for $15, HST website leads for $10, all the way down. There again, if I pulled one of those, it would not come out of my pocket. It would come out of that lead balance up at the top. So HST buys leads at a higher price, reduces them down to a more manageable price, and then gives you money in your lead balance to purchase the leads they've bought already. So it costs you nothing if you use the system the right way. Down below those, it says grab one, they're free. If there is a square there that says grab one, they're free, you click there. Okay, don't look over here on the right where the numbers are. Those are numbers that are in your system. So as you click more of these that say grab one, they're free, you'll see these numbers start growing. Those are not how many are in the LeadMaster system. Those are not numbers of how much is available in LeadMaster. Okay, those are numbers of what you've already clicked. So you click here, grab one, they're free. We're going to do that right now. You can see this lead is only a month old. You can see the name, the address, the phone number. Most of the time you have the email and the birthday, all that information that's there. All the leads that are put into our system are put there by people going out and searching the internet of different health insurance vendors that are out there. Google will glean that information. They will sell it off to lead vendors. Those lead vendors then sell it out to agencies like us. And then they'll be priced depending upon if that agency bought it exclusively or if that lead was sold to maybe 3 or 4 different agencies. Um, but you'll get all that information that's there. Once you have that information, it starts your contract, right? You start contacting them based on the dispositions here. Let's just pretend I called that person. There's no answer. I'm going to disposition to call again in 3 hours. I'm going to send them my email template there that we saw and my text template there that we saw and just submit. And that person right there automatically got my email and text introducing who I am to them. And then I'll follow up and call them later. What we found is people will respond to text before they'll respond to email before they'll answer your call. So if they get to know you and who you are through a text and email, they're more likely to answer your call then.
Yeah, and guys, it's so important to make sure that, like Paulie said, you're following a schedule because you are building that rapport and you're building that trust with the client. But how easy is it to do, right? As you're leaving a voicemail, you just do a couple drop downs and boom, there you go. The customer was text, email, and all at the same time you're leaving the voicemail. So the system's really going to help you work efficiently.
Very good. All right, so the last thing that we want to point out is here the calendar. And you can go through the calendar and see what's happening with HST and what trainings are going on and such like that. Um, it says there's a SureBridge National Training there that you can click into as far as that. You can look next month or so, all the different trainings that are coming up with HST and through NatGen and some of our other carriers. Um, Good way to keep engaged with HST as far as the calendar and stuff goes.
And there's always new stuff being put on the calendar, guys. So if you're trying to maybe look at jumping into Medicare or into group, there's always something going on where we're trying to put new stuff in front of you.
So that's pretty much HST LeadMaster 101, the basics that are there of how to get started as far as setting up your system, as far as the different things that are there to help you with the information and everything, looking at the leaderboards, and then mainly how to do your business as far as purchasing leads, dialing them, finding them here on your call sheet, dialing them through that day, and then dispositioning them again.
Guys, this is such a powerful system, and the coolest thing is it's free to you guys, right, as agents, and
It's
so many
free.
free 99.
Free,
Uh,
free, free.
free. And guys, that's so important for HST is we don't want to be that agency that's nickel and diming our brokers. We really want you guys to succeed, and so we want to give these tools to you at no cost. So with that, guys, just thank you so much for letting me and Pauley just train you guys on this and talk to you a little bit about LeadMaster. We're so excited for your guys' careers here, and good luck.